How do you change a person's attitude or belief? Many of the problem statements revolve around this issue in some way. How do we get someone to be more accepting of an African American, or a woman, or a student with disability, or a lesbian gay person, or a person living in poverty? How do we convince someone to be more accepting of the ideas or lifestyles of people who are different from themselves? A person's attitude and beliefs are formed at a young age. Once the idea starts to take hold, it colors the way they view other people. The brain then selectively takes in information that supports the stereotype. This can happen quickly if the person is surrounded by people who support and promote the stereotype. So how do you change an attitude or a belief? You need to provide contrary or alternate information on a consistent basis. The best way to make this happen is positive exposure. If someone believes a person who's living in poverty is lazy, then expose them to a person living in poverty who is hardworking at multiple jobs. If a person believes a woman is not as smart as a man, expose them to intelligent women. If a person believes a child with a disability detracts from a classroom, then expose them to a student with disabilities who makes an impact on a classroom. This exposure will create cognitive dissonance, needed to make the person uncomfortable enough to start questioning their beliefs. Once a person is open to different ideas, they will be more open to information that is in conflict with the stereotype. This is why it is important for organizations and schools and universities to have diversity. Without this exposure, without interacting on a daily basis with people who are different, people will hold on to their stereotypes. Schools that do not have built-in diversity need to find ways to expose students through stories, videos, field trips to people who are different from them. Some will ask why. New Hampshire is pretty homogeneous. There's not much diversity, so why bother? Well, moving forward, the United States and New Hampshire is going to continue to be less diverse. It is not going to be less diverse. Refugees from around the world have started moving into New Hampshire cities. Manchester and Nashua are seeing increasing diversity. Many of our students will leave the state for university or for work. They need to have a balanced perspective to be effective. Companies cite the ability to collaborate with people who are different than themselves as one of the most important skills workers need. For those who will remain in central and northern New Hampshire, there are still many forms of diversity other than cultural or racial. We need to create a mindset in students to be open to those who are different, to seek to understand why a person behaves the way they do, to realize there is not one right way to do things or to think. This week, I've scheduled a reduced workload. There's only 2 articles and a resource posting. There's no application question this week. I've done this to give those who have completed all the assignments to date a bit of a break, and to those who are a little behind a chance to catch up. Have a great week.